Okay, so this is going to be the last week of my current series for SEND, Special Needs Caregivers. And this week we're going to be touching on 2 of the 5 pillars of metabolic health, which are more controversial, not in that they're fringe pseudoscience, but in that they're erroneously perceived to be fringe pseudoscience. Both are actually quite robustly evidenced in the scientific base, but they're not widely spoken about in the mainstream media, in mainstream teaching, etc. So I understand why people think that they're pseudoscience-y and easy to dismiss. I'm guilty of that myself. Both of these took me several years of being into metabolic health before I was able to overcome my cognitive dissonance, the uncomfortable, almost mental pain that you feel when you wrestle with something that fundamentally disagrees with what you think you thought you knew. And yeah, it took me a long time to get round to figuring out that these are actually well evidenced and play a crucial alongside nutrition, movement, and sleep. So the first one we'll talk about today and tomorrow is light exposure, both natural full spectrum daylight and controlling artificial light after hours or after dark. The most well evidenced aspect of this is circadian biology. Very, very well researched, very well evidenced, absolutely nothing fringe or pseudoscience about it. The health and wellness industry has hijacked aspects of this and they push things that I don't think you necessarily need. So I'm not here trying to sell gadgets or convince you to go and spend money on gadgets and stuff. There's 2 things that I need you to do. 2 things that I need you to be aware of. 1, getting outdoors as early as possible after waking and getting full spectrum natural daylight in your eyeballs. Not staring at the sun, obviously I'm not advocating staring at the sun, just being outside without sunglasses, without window panes or something else filtering the spectrum that's coming towards you, just getting full spectrum daylight into your eyeballs. Set your circadian rhythm. Deep in your brain, you've got your suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is essentially the master clock of your body. A good way to think about it is it's the conductor, and it conducts the various systems and flows of your body according to your circadian rhythm. So when you get outdoors early in the morning, you've got hardwired biology. A good way to think about this is probably there's a direct line between your eyeballs and the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and its strongest signal for setting circadian rhythm is natural daylight. So you get that natural daylight in your eyes first thing in the morning. It tells your suprachiasmatic nucleus the day has begun. It releases a large cortisol pulse and wake up, get ready for the day, get energized and get after it kind of thing, and sets your circadian rhythm. Now, your circadian rhythm does a lot more than just wake you up. It's responsible in your wake and sleep cycles. It's responsible in the timing of your hormones, which hormones release and when, so that you get the right peaks and troughs according to the natural rhythm that your body goes through. Your whole body itself goes through a 24-hour cycle between wake and sleep, and all the different functions that need to happen within that window. And your suprachiasmatic nucleus is the thing that controls it. So getting that full spectrum natural daylight into your eyeballs as early as possible is a surefire way to set that. It's well studied, it's well understood, it's well researched. The other thing that you need to do on the other side of that is control artificial light, especially after dark. Your suprachiasmatic nucleus isn't just a one-hit pointer. It doesn't just fire off once a day. It's constantly monitoring what's going on, constantly paying attention to what's happening around you. And if you are after dark, if you're sat in artificial blue light especially, you're basically telling your suprachiasmatic nucleus that it's still daytime, it's still awake time, it's still alert time. And you're interfering with that 24-hour wake sleep cycle. So you're causing complications. That's why you may struggle to fall asleep. That's why you may struggle with the next morning. That's part and parcel of why things become difficult to navigate. So one of the best things you can do is try lower your light exposure after dark. Try use dimmable bulbs, dim them down. Try use warmer tones of light, so amber light instead of bright white artificial light. Try keep lamps and stuff as close to the floor as possible rather than overhead. All of these are little things that signal to your suprachiasmatic nucleus that it's in fact now after dark, it's wind down time, it's time to start getting ready to sleep. And that helps with the other end of that circadian rhythm set. You've got your early morning time for wake up, and then you've got your evening time for wind down. Both of those play a crucial. There's a lot more to it, circadian, which is a lot more involved. That's the very, very highest level. That's, I think, appropriate at this point for anyone who wants to dig into more and understand more. Throw me a DM. More than happy to sort of look into it and start pointing you towards resources. I've got nothing to sell here. I'm not trying to make a buck with you. I'm just trying to share education, information that I believe will help, and I'm happy to do so for free. Tomorrow we'll get into something a little bit different, still looking at light, but the deeper science, the stuff that goes beyond circadian biology, which I find absolutely fascinating, but again, keeping it to a high level so that it's easier to digest, let you wrestle with it. When you're ready to dig in further, then come back to it.